Good Wednesday, everyone. It's weather for Weather Geeks time on this Wednesday afternoon. First, a little housekeeping. Tomorrow will be the last weather for Weather Geeks for a while. I have vacation time coming up starting on Friday. I'll be off through Monday, March 16th. So no social media posts from me for about 10 days. We'll get one more video in tomorrow, and then I have some time off, which I need. Boy, it's been a long winter, especially the last 5 or 6 weeks. December wasn't bad, but man, January and February, just a meat grinder. All right, today on this fourth day of March, here's what's going on early afternoon. We are in a break right now. We had a little bit of wet snow this morning, especially down in the southern part of our viewing area in Columbiana County. Just a lot of clouds, and it's kind of murky out this afternoon. We are a little above freezing still, 33 in Youngstown, 35 Newcastle, 34 Akron-Canton airports. Most of this precipitation down here is not reaching the ground just yet. In fact, let me throw up the surface observations here. You don't find anything really reaching the ground until you're down well south of I-70, Chillicothe, seeing some rain. Down towards Ohio University in Athens, seeing some rain right now. So the atmosphere is dry enough that a lot of this is just Virgo for the time being. But that's going to change. As we go towards the late afternoon and evening, our old front is stalled out right in through here. And a wave of moisture is going to ride along this front and come up like this later on today and spread snow back into our viewing area as we head towards the evening. And we'll talk about that in a little more detail in just a second. Otherwise, today is a pretty active day anywhere along this front. Flooding is a concern. Big snow totals are going to be had before tonight and tomorrow are through, especially south of the Ohio River. But I'll tell you, what a whopper of a difference on either side of this front. Look at these numbers this afternoon. It is pushing 80 degrees in parts of central Mississippi and Alabama. Then you go north of the front, look at that, 52 at Oxford in Mississippi, and then 77 down in Greenwood, 79 Golden Triangle. So wow, what a front this is down here, and it extends from the central Appalachians back through Texas. Just an enormous temperature difference on either side. Anybody who's vacationing in Florida is happy. It's warm up into the Carolinas this afternoon, but all of these places will cool off with this front rolling through. Just real neat to look at the temperature contrast across either side of this front this afternoon. Let's talk about the timing now of our next round of snow. As usual, when we start with the short term, we'll bring up the HRRR, High Resolution Rapid Refresh Model. This model's run once an hour. It updates based on current radar information, so it's really useful. Now, it's a computer model, so it's going to have its good days and its bad. But in the short term, we generally find it to be pretty useful. Here's the simulated radar at about 3 p.m., about an hour or so after I record this. As you can see, it's got a pretty good handle on the legitimate precipitation. Here's the legitimate snow at 3 p.m. pushing through south central Indiana into the Dayton, Ohio area. That's at 3 p.m. Here's 5 p.m. Our snow now sneaking through central Ohio along I-70, leading edge, trying to get up to about Route 30 here at 5 p.m. It'll be real light. After sunset this evening, at about 7 then, a lot of the viewing area should be seeing at least light snow. Can get a little bit, heavier as you go off to the south. Notice the darker blues through here. This is the zone, primarily just south of our viewing area, that some places are going to get 3, 4, or 5 inches worth of snow out of this tonight. We're talking about places such as Zanesville, Cambridge, up towards New Cumberstown, Wheeling, Steubenville, perhaps as far north as East Liverpool, but I'll tell you, I'm becoming a little more pessimistic as to the chances of getting more than a couple of inches down there in Calcutta, East Liverpool. But Pittsburgh can see at least a few inches out of this, and then there's going to be a real bullseye tonight. Let me roll this simulated radar forward a few hours. Here's a 10 p.m. Boy, are they going to get hammered down in western Kentucky, right along the Ohio River, Indiana, Kentucky, up towards Cincinnati, Chillicothe, Athens, Parkersburg, Marietta. That's going to be the bullseye for a lot of snow. Back here closer to home, notice the sharp edge on the northern side of this. This is at 10 p.m. this evening. Little snow can get up to about Youngstown, Austintown, Mercer, Grove City. But I'll tell you, once you're up into Warren and Niles and points north, dusting probably should about do it with the snow tonight. It's just going to have a hard time getting much farther north than that. That sharp edge remains here at midnight, and then at 1 in the morning, you get the idea. It's kind of a southwest and northeast edge like this. Here's Youngstown right here. So your best chance of seeing more than an inch certainly will be down towards Route 30 and south. Someone down here can get 2 or 3 inches. I think once you're up closer to central Mahoning County around 224. We're probably going to see an inch at most. Here's our snow map as of last night and this morning. A tweak I will probably make to this is to bring the 1 to 3 area down, more like this. So something like that. So if you're, anywhere north of Austintown, downtown Youngstown, Hermitage, if you're anywhere north of there, chances of getting more than an inch aren't that great. But your chances of getting an inch increase as you go down towards 224, Salem, Columbiana, Lisbon. I'll probably get rid of the more than 3 area down here and just keep everybody in the 1 to 3. But if you're watching from east of Liverpool and anywhere in southern Columbiana County, I think you can get 2 or 3. But anything more than that isn't looking all that likely. All right, let's talk about tomorrow briefly. Tomorrow is a cold, cold day. We'll start out probably in the upper single digits to around 10. And not much better than that in the afternoon, 13, 14 degrees on average. Let's bring up tomorrow's NAM. Skip forward to tomorrow morning. NAM's not showing much here, but I do think there can be some leftover flurries and scattered snow showers around tomorrow morning. Not much, if any, additional accumulation. Just a blustery January-like day coming up for tomorrow. Then with high pressure building in, as we go into tomorrow night, let's bring up the surface pressures here. This high is going to sit right overhead tomorrow night into Friday morning. Here's Friday morning first thing. Center of our high right over here over Pittsburgh. Clear sky, there's snow on the ground, light winds. You know what that means. It's going to be cold. We're talking probably -2, -3 for actual temperatures. Little bit of a slight breeze could knock the wind chill down to 10 below or so. Friday morning, record low, broken Friday morning. I think the record low is 4 above for Friday morning. So cold, cold start to the day. Speaking of those wind chills, tomorrow morning, wind chills probably 0 to 5 above, probably. That's what this map looks like. Certainly worse out in northwest Ohio. Then as we go into Friday morning, here's our GFS projected wind chills. It's got about -10. There's even a few lower numbers in the eastern part of our viewing area. But -10, probably a pretty good average for wind chills as you get up Friday morning. So some 2-hour school delays, yeah, possibility. Not something I can predict with any great degree of accuracy, but sure, I would say it's possible. All right, quick look at the long range. Still on track for a pattern change over the next couple of weeks, much more appropriate for March after a bitterly cold February. Here's our cold Thursday. Friday's here. Here's the weekend. We're back into the mid-30s. Early next week, look at this. Could see 50 early next week. And while the longer range, these numbers are not quite as warm as the ones I showed a few days ago for the same period. Don't take every number literally. This does not mean it is literally going to be 46 degrees on Sunday the 15th. What it does mean is that, the odds are favoring at or somewhat above average temperatures for this middle of the month period. When you consider our averages in the middle of the month are, getting up into the mid-40s. This won't be probably real far above it, but I think we've got a shot at more 50s middle of the month. We certainly deserve it. What a winter it's been here in Northeast Ohio and Western PA. Thank you for joining me on this Wednesday edition of Weather for Weather Geeks. Keep you updated on social media and on TV tonight with the little bit of snow pushing through. And I will see you right back here for Weather Geeks Thursday afternoon. These are usually online by about 2:30 p.m. We'll see you then.